When I first moved into the old Victorian house on the outskirts of town, I thought I was getting a good deal. It was spacious, with a charmingly eerie character that I found oddly comforting. But there was one thing I didn't account for: a small antique doll sitting on a rocking chair in the attic. I found her while I was exploring the attic one rainy afternoon. The doll was unnervingly lifelike, with glassy blue eyes that seemed to follow my every move, and curly blonde hair that had long since lost its luster. Her porcelain skin was cracked in places, giving her an aged and worn look. But it was her expression that unsettled me the most. She seemed to be smiling, but it was a smile that didn't reach her eyes. I figured she was just an old forgotten toy and thought nothing of it. I decided to leave her where she was, perched on that dusty rocking chair. But that night, as I lay in bed, I heard the soft creaking of wood coming from above. I told myself it was just the house settling, but the sound was rhythmic, like the gentle rocking of a chair. The next morning, I went back to the attic. The doll was still there, in the same spot, but something was different. Her head, which had been tilted slightly to the right, was now turned directly toward the attic door. Her smile seemed wider, almost mocking. Every night after that, the same sound echoed through the house, the soft creak of the rocking chair, back and forth, back and forth. I started to feel her presence everywhere I went, like she was watching me, waiting for something. One night, I decided to confront the doll. I marched up to the attic, determined to throw her out. But as I reached out to grab her, the air around me grew cold, and a sharp pain shot through my hand, as if something had scratched me. I pulled back and looked at my hand. 3 deep scratches marred my skin, blood slowly oozing from the wounds. Panicking, I ran downstairs and locked the attic door. But the rocking continued, louder now, as if the doll was taunting me, daring me to come back. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her, those cold, dead eyes staring back at me, that twisted smile etched on her face. I started hearing whispers, faint but unmistakable, saying my name, beckoning me to the attic. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to burn the doll, to rid myself of her once and for all. I grabbed her from the attic, ignoring the icy chill that shot through my body the moment I touched her, and took her outside. I threw her into the fire pit, doused her in gasoline, and lit a match. As the flames consumed her, I felt a wave of relief wash over me. But then I heard it, a high-pitched, inhuman scream, so piercing it made my ears ring. The fire roared, the flames dancing higher and higher, as if they were alive, until they suddenly went out, leaving nothing but smoldering ashes. But she wasn't gone. That night, the rocking was louder than ever, and when I went to the attic the next morning, the doll was back, sitting on her chair, her smile wider than ever before. Now, she's always with me. I hear her whispers, feel her icy touch in the dead of night. She's in my dreams, my nightmares, her presence growing stronger with each passing day. I know she's waiting, but for what? I don't know. All I do know is that the doll that never slept has no intention of ever leaving me alone.